Good morning, everybody. Kathy Hawk here. Um, I'm calling today's show the Series 3. We've been working the last two times on going through the list of wonderful reminders that Gary wrote about in his blog about um, about powerful partnering, and I'm coming down here into this section. And what I've done is I'm taking two of them a week because they're so in depth, and I really want you to think about partnering as a verb, as an action step, and how you do life. We are partnering all the time with everyone. And so I'm going to review these two for you, but I realized in this tidy, small office that I have that I just absolutely love, that my ring light is showing. So I'm going to turn off my ring light for just a moment so that you can see these. So I know it's a little bit darker using the window light, but what I'm doing is reminding you that that partnering is a verb, it is an action. And the two that we're going to focus on today is let's try to get this a little closer. There we go. There. The windows in it, a lot of sunshine here in Bellingham, Washington today. So I am responsible for appreciating others' talents rather than being jealous of them. Let's really think about that. Jealous or maybe even envious might be an easier word for you to think about, to be grateful. And I'll talk about that in a minute. And then his other thought for us is I am responsible for being grateful for what we have together rather than wanting everything to be exactly my way. So let's talk about both of them now. And I don't need to turn my ring light back on. I think we've got okay light as is. So what is it about appreciating others' talents rather than being jealous or envious? It's like when you're partnering with someone else, the greatest gift that they can give you is their different perspective. You don't need to agree with them. You don't have to be right. But what you can do is appreciate the wealth of different ways of looking at things in life and make a way to accommodate that. Now, in some partnerships, there are times when, you can't all, we're not talking about capitulating and doing things other people's ways. What we're talking about is how to work this path of life side by side with others. And I know Gary, and then the other one, I'm responsible for being grateful for what we have together rather than wanting everything to be exactly my way. Is Gary and I check in every morning with each other. We do the 5-part clarity check in. And when we get to what are we grateful for, I often say how grateful I am for he is so different than me. I can't imagine anything more, I'm going to say, challenging than if I married someone just like me or partnered with someone just like me. Wow. I am so fussy about all details, and he is so easygoing and frequently will just laugh and pat me on the shoulder and ease things down a little bit. So that gratitude that we have for our differences is what I want you to embrace today and as we go forward. So the next one, and we'll do is series 4, but remember that if you want to really take a deep dive into partnering, take a look at your clarity attention guide. The column in right next to individuals is partners, and walk up that. Walk up that with your thoughts. All right. Have an absolutely wonderful week and think about all the people you're partnering with and be your very best. All right. I'm going to end here. There we go. Okay.